morning. Welcome back to the Breakfast Club. I hope you're all well, dear Breakfast Club community. Today it's Tuesday, and on this Tuesday I was reminded by a sweet format I used to join and also often to lead the Flight Mode group at the Basel Art and Design Academy that was initiated by Ron and Rave. Thank you for sharing that. And it was just a very sweet format where we got together and were quiet for 20 minutes together and turned off everything, withdrew our senses and let ourselves be quiet for a change. So today I want to talk to you about the option of flight mode. And flight mode, you probably know from your phone, from your laptop, is like you're shutting off all the internet connections, so no data is coming in, no emails, no blinks, no messages. And for a moment, you don't know what's going on in the world, you are not connected, and you can focus on what's truly going on. It's like withdrawing our senses, what we call in yoga the state of pratyahara. So I invite you to also practice this form of withdrawing your senses and not only turning physically actively like your phone and your laptop into flight mode. That's also a very great way to work quietly. Just imagine you can write something on your laptop without constantly bling, 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 having new messages, checking the internet or doing something, but just turning everything off. I really recommend that. That is heaven. And that it's even better to turn off your phone or just forget your phone for a whole day and also be in flight mode. Flight mode originally was when we boarded on planes, and then we would turn off our flight to not disturb any signals. But I really recommend to use flight mode, especially in the morning, not to check messages the first time you wake up, but give yourself peace, give yourself time for quiet. And usually most of us are not doing like open heart surgery, so it doesn't matter if you check your things later. So I definitely recommend using flight mode whenever you can to just relax. Whenever we get these messages like we lose our flow, we lose our concentration, and we can't focus. So let's practice flight mode. And for flight mode, I also wanted to remind you of the very simple steps of starting a meditation practice if you haven't already. So for a meditation practice, it's easiest to find a space in the day where you know you're not disturbed, or you can also force yourself to be not disturbed by turning everything into flight mode. And then choose, I would say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to start with. Set a timer. Set a timer on your watch, on your clock, on a real old kitchen timer. So you don't have to constantly focus on the time, because you know that, like meditate. Oh, I think I meditated for 2 hours. Let's check. Oh no, just 30 seconds. Okay, meditate. Okay, now it must be over. Oh, just 1 minute. You know, we've all been through that. So set a timer to not interrupt yourself constantly. And then find also a quiet space. It doesn't have to be like quiet. We have an old family friend who lives in a farm way up in like the forest of Georgia. They have to drive for half an hour to see the next neighbor, and she said, oh, it's so noisy here, I have to go to the mountains to meditate. And usually it doesn't really matter if you're in New York City or Mexico City or up on a mountaintop. Just find a space and a time where you, in your environment, it is mostly quiet, and you can also quiet down. And then set your timer, find a seat, and with the seat, you know, you can sit in full lotus, you can buy all this meditation equipment, but you can also just sit on a chair, you can sit on the floor, you can sit at the edge of your bed, you can sit cross-legged, or like me, I just like to sit, you know, on on my heels that's most comfortable for me. Find a position that suits you. It's not a competition. Nobody's looking at you. You don't get more enlightened if you fold your legs. It's all good. It's about just sitting down and relaxing. I wouldn't recommend laying down at first that much, because sometimes you fall asleep or you start daydreaming or dozing off. And also when your spine is erected, then we yogis say that our chakras can open up more and our energy channels open up more. So you don't have to believe in all that. But when you sit tall and erect, then you can be more present in this present moment. Okay? So first thing, set a timer, find a quiet space, sit down, make peace with your seat, right? When you chose a seat, then says, okay, that's my seat for the day. Don't change your seat 20 times during meditation. Even though something is itching and scratching, just make peace with it and stay there. And then the fourth step probably is to focus on your breath. Feel your breath flowing in and out through the nose. I would recommend nose breathing. That's kind of more calming for the body. Breathing through the mouth, and our body thinks we are in like fight or flight mode. So use your nose to breathe, to be even more relaxed. And then the essential part of flight mode is starting. Withdrawing of the senses, pratyahara, cutting off your sensory experience. And for that I would really recommend, especially now in those days where we are in front of screens for most of the day, to close your eyes and allow your eyes to relax. So your timer is set, you found your space, you found your seat, you are focusing on your breath. You close your eyes. And then you keep focusing on the breath. Feel the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. And put your precious faculty of attention onto your breath and follow your breath through the nose, in and out. When you hear something going on in the outside, then you can say, I'm hearing something on the outside, but then let go. If you're smelling something or you had other sensory experiences, say okay, and then move on and get back to your breath. And also when your mind, what the yogis also call a sensory experience, when your mind starts to work and to think something, be also generous and say, a thought, and let it pass by like a cloud on the sky, and get back to your breathing in and out through the nose. And over time, you will understand that you can get into a very calm state of being in the present moment, in the now. Your breath anchors you in this very moment, in the now. And whenever a thought comes up, say hi and thank you for the thought. It will come back when it's important, and let it go and pass. Whenever you have a sensory experience in your body, itching, scratching, you hear things, also acknowledge that, say thank you, and then get your attention back onto your breath. I hope you're already sitting there and breathing. And just for practice, we'll sit here together, just a couple more breaths. Feel your breath flowing in and out through your nose. Follow your breath, your precious faculty of attention. It's just the breathing and you. Feel a sense of quietness, gratitude, and deep calm spreading out in your entire body. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring one hand to the heart, the other to your tummy. Feel your body, your breath under your hands. Stay here for a moment. And then say thank you to yourself for finding these couple of minutes to sit down and be calm. And then take this feeling of deep calmness and deep gratitude into your day. And slowly open your eyes again. Take a deep breath. Maybe you want to stretch or yawn, twist, let go. Okay. Thank you so much for meditating with me, at least for a couple of minutes. And I didn't set a timer, but you can do that on your own anytime. You don't have to watch YouTube to meditate, not at all, to the contrary. So just find a couple of minutes where you know it's a bit quieter than usual. Then find a good place, sit down, choose a seat that's comfortable for you. No competition here, you don't have to pretzel yourself. And then set a timer so you know you can relax into the meditation and start with just a couple of minutes in the beginning. And it's a meditation practice, so whenever your mind starts to wander or you feel some itching and scratching and you feel like, oh no, I can't focus, I'm always cut out, be gentle with yourself and slowly bring yourself back to focusing on your breath again. It's a practice. So we all practice. So thank you so much for joining today. Remember to go into flight mode as often as you can and turn off, withdraw your senses, feel this deep feeling of pratyahara in gratitude. Have a wonderful Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.